The next story is What About Bob? And this is a very interesting story about outsourcing. And I'll just leave it at that. Outsourcing means, I'll add this, outsourcing means hiring someone else to do specific tasks. Very good. And we'll go to the next one, the chimera. And this is a story about a woman who gave birth to a baby that was not hers according to DNA. And then we had the two boys named Jim. An amazing story about twins. That's it. It really is shocking. Very amazing. I loved the story. I'm surprised nobody wants to talk about that. It's a great story. And then we have Richard Parker. I'm getting some noise in the background. Who joined? Dimitri. Dimitri, your audio is working. Hi, Dimitri. Dimitri, do you know how to mute your microphone? I'm going to mute your microphone. Okay. So once again, Richard Parker. Um, if you like the ocean and your name is Richard Parker, stay away. Dash dash, stay away. Very amazing, shocking stories. Very good. And then we have the Telltale Toaster. And this is about Edgar Allan Poe and the mystery man who celebrates his life, who celebrates Poe's life every year until a few years ago. And then, oh my goodness, I do not know how to say this, but Stichting de Enzyme Uitwaart. I have no idea how to actually pronounce that. That's my terrible guess. And a story how people in Amsterdam will never die alone. I thought that was a pretty nice story. This is something that I think is really cool. I don't know. It's just me. So we got a bunch of different stories. Santa, let's go back to the top. I'll read them real quickly again. And we've got Recovering Nixon. Once again, a silly story about a tape recording. Sorry. A silly story about a tape recording. Okay, a tape that recorded. That's fine. No, I'm sorry. A silly story about a tape that recorded all of Richard Nixon's conversations, minus 18 mystery minutes. And they're using all of technology to try and recover those missing minutes. Canceling history about Russia. When Gorbachev was president, he decided to open up Russia and make it transparent, which meant admitting much of the recent history taught in schools was not true. The Kalamazoo Promise. There's a city in Michigan that will completely pay for your college education if you graduate from their schools. In Amuri, in Japan, they encourage students, just like business people, to sleep at their desks. What about Bob? A story about outsourcing. Outsourcing means hiring someone else to do specific tasks. The chimera. A story about a woman who gave birth to a baby that was not hers according to DNA. Two boys named Jim. An amazing story about twins. Really amazing. I loved the story. Richard Parker. If you like the ocean and your name is Richard Parker, stay away. The Telltale Toaster. A play on words from the Telltale Heart writer Edgar Allan Poe. It's about Edgar Allan Poe and the mystery man who celebrates Poe's life every year until a few years ago. And finally, Stichting de Summaries, a story about how people in Amsterdam will never die alone. So we've got summaries from, who do we have? We have Mahmoud, who's going to talk about Richard Parker. And who else do we have, Santa? Yeah, not here. But did he send a summary? No. Okay, well then if he joins, we'll get that. Okay. Who else do we have? Marwa is going to do what, Santa? You can just show me the top there. Yeah, Marwa is going to do what about Bob? Eva is going to do the Chimera. Is that it? Yep. Gulia, I think you said you wanted to do one in the chat room there. What do you want to do, Gulia?
The last one.
The last one. Stichting de Einzahlungswacht. Excellent, excellent. That's good. Gulia said, I watched the movie The Life of Pi. They said that it was a true story. Instead of animals, they were humans. Yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, Life of Pi looks like a pretty good movie. And is based on one of the stories that we read. We got some really good stuff here. So let's go ahead and start with who's first then according to the list, Santa? I don't have the order. We'll go Marwa first. What about Bob? Then the Chimera. And then we'll go Gulia. So Marwa, what do
Eva
you got?
also said she's doing a federal something. I couldn't really find the title, so
Which one did she say?
maybe Eva can tell you.
Eva, which one are you going to do? The Chimera, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
hello everyone. That one and also the last one, but it's translated into English. It's called the Lonely Funeral Foundation, the
Yes.
last one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I didn't want, because I'm not sure about my pronunciation, it's really difficult for me. So I took the translation.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. So once again, we'll do what, like I said, we'll do Marwa with, and I got to see the names. I'm sorry, Santa. I need to see. What about Bob with Marwa, the Chimera with Eva, and then we'll give Gulia the last one.
Okay, and then I can say my version if you.
Well, once again, because of time, this is an extremely busy time for me, Eva.
Okay.
So I'll keep.
Okay.
But
I can send it.
yes, exactly. Please send it, and I'll check it, and we'll include it in the newsletter. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Yes, fine.
Okay, so Marwa, who's Bob?
Yeah,
What's going on with Bob?
yeah, I like this story, and I like many stories here, but this is the one that I summarized it. I like especially the Chimera. It's very interesting to me, but
That's a
I
scary
didn't
story.
summarize. Yeah, it's scary and shocked me actually that yeah, Eva will tell you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that was a surprising, scary story. So
Yeah,
who's Bob
yeah.
though?
Okay, Bob, how to be productive at work without working at all.
Mm-hmm.
Story. Yeah, he's an American software developer, spent all his time in surfing the internet, checking his Facebook and eBay account, and keeping his position as the best developer until the company realized his fraud. He outsourced his work to lower-cost Chinese providers, uh, but the employee was fired, but he probably smart enough to laugh all the way to the bank. Yeah, this is my favorite.
Santa, how are you typing that? Are you actually?
No, I will send it to you.
Yeah, please send it to Santa.
Here it is.
Oh, wow, I'm impressed, Santa. You're doing really good. That was a great summary. I loved it. You use a lot of the same expressions, but that's fine. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's.
this is new for me, so I use it to learn it.
That's great. That's great. So let me take a look here. So, how to be the best employee without working. An American software developer spent all his time surfing the internet, checking his Facebook and email eBay account, while, in this case, instead of and, while still, instead of and, let's change it to while still, yes, keeping his position as best developer. And you can get rid of the, but if we put best developer in italics, it'll be perfect. No, get rid of the, yeah, cancel that, get rid of it. Put a line through it, I guess. There you go. And then best developer in italics, Santa. Because it's a title in this case. Good. Until the company realized his fraud. He outsourced his work to lower cost Chinese providers. The employee was fired, but he's probably smart enough. But we can assume, I think we should change this, but we can assume he's probably smart enough to be laughing all the way to the bank. Excellent, excellent, excellent. This is a pretty funny story. Outsourcing is a big business, and did you ever think of outsourcing your job? Now, Marwa, you're a designer. Is it possible for you to outsource your work to somebody in a different country?
Actually, I don't want to stay to spend my time in surfing the internet and Facebook account. I will be useless if I outsourced my work.
So
I
you
don't want to
prefer
be that.
working.
What again?
So you prefer working.
Of course, yeah. I
That's
want to
good.
work.
Yeah, that's good. This is a pretty smart guy, though. I mean, obviously he doesn't really like to work, but he's getting his
I can
work done.
outsource that if this is my business. Okay, perfect. But I am employee, so if I outsourced my work, I will be useless in my work.
No, that's a
I don't
good
want to be
point.
that.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
in America, there's a book called The 4 Hour Work Week. I'll wait for Santa here. In America, there's a very popular book called The 4 Hour Work Week. And the book essentially is about outsourcing. And if you can open your own company and just be the director and hire people in, the Philippines or in China or in the Ukraine or wherever to do all the actual technology work and things like that for you. That's very popular to hire people from the Philippines for writing, English writing, so for blogs and things like that. And it's very popular to hire people in India and in Eastern Europe for computer programming. It's cheaper than hiring an American or a Canadian to do something like that. And it's very popular to hire Chinese companies to manufacture things. So Philippines for their English skills, India, people from Eastern Europe for computer programming, and China for manufacturing. These are all outsourcing. So if you hire a Filipino, then you're outsourcing for, to write something in a blog. If you hire somebody from Russia or Uzbekistan or something to write a computer program, you're outsourcing. If you hire a person in China to make T-shirts or something like that, you're outsourcing. And I think it's okay, but is it good for the economy? I don't know. It's good for your economy. That guy, once again, like Marwa said, is laughing all the way to the bank. It's pretty funny. That was really good. I want you to read the summary one more time as I fixed it, please, Marwa. Santa, can you show that to us?
Okay.
Yep.
Have to be the best employee without working. An American software developer spent all his time in surfing the internet, checking his Facebook and eBay account, while still keeping his position as best developer, until the company realized his fraud. He outsourced his work to lower-cost Chinese provider. The employee was fired, but we can assume that assume he's probably smart enough to be laughing all the way to the bank.
Very good. Santa, let's change one more thing. All his time in surfing, get rid of in, to spend all his time surfing the internet. There you go. Get rid of that. Excellent. Great job. Very, very good. Any questions, Marwa? Yeah, you
No,
did.
thank you.
Do you use Facebook?
I have a little question. Assume, can I pronounce it? Assume, not assume.
Yeah. Some people say
assume,
but most Americans say assume. Assume.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your question?
Do you use Facebook or eBay?
Yeah, both.
Is eBay popular in Egypt?
Yeah, I have eBay account.
What do you
I
buy?
use it here. My classes with you and with Audible and
I see.
this.
I see.
Mhm.
Very good. Very good. I have never, when I was in Korea, I used eBay once. I bought a microphone, but in America, I've never used eBay. I should check it out because you can get some really cheap stuff on eBay. Excellent. Thank you very much. Any other questions, Marwa?
Thank you.
Great job. Let's go to Eva. Eva, the scary story. This is a scary story, the Chimera. What can you tell us about the Chimera?
Yes, it's really a scary story, but my summary is not so scary.
Good.
And yes, because I took it very general.
That's fine. That's fine. That's the idea of a summary. That's good. I like that.
Because I think that it would be interesting if more people have summaries on the same topic, because everybody has different view on it.
Yep, to compare summaries is an excellent idea. That's right. That's why if you have a summary of your own, don't be afraid to send it. We'll check the grammar and we'll put it in the newsletter. So don't be afraid. Like what Eva said is very true. To compare summaries is really excellent.
Okay, so I can start.
Go for it.
Many unexpected situations lead to new discoveries in different branches of science. The cases when DNA of mother, the cases when DNA,
It's okay.
The cases when DNA of mother and her children didn't match enriched genetics. The exploration of genetics, and the result was the Chimera. Oh, once again, I'm not satisfied how I read it. I can send it, and
Okay.
I think it will
Okay.
be. I send it to Santa.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So once again, many unexpected situations lead to new discoveries in different branches of science. The cases when DNA of mother and her children didn't match enriched genetics, and its result was the chimera. Because I am not good in science, and I don't want to go into details.
No, that's fine. You know what? That's actually this is a perfect summary for a very difficult subject. So yeah, I like this. So let me fix a little bit of grammar here. Many unexpected situations lead to new discoveries in different branches of science. The cases when, okay, let's do one particular case. The case when, get rid of the S, Santa. The case when the DNA of a mother and her children, the case when the DNA of a mother and her children didn't match, and that's right, yeah, there's no S, enriched genetics, and its result was, and let's say the discovery of human chimera.
Human
Yeah,
chimera. Okay.
human chimeras. There was the
I
result.
have discovered there once at the beginning. So do you
Ah,
have a
yes, yes, yes,
different
yes,
image?
yes. Yeah, hold up, Santa. Many unexpected situations lead to new discoveries. Okay, so enriched genetics, and its result was the.
The human chimera.
I know, but I want to use discovery. But like you said, we used it earlier, so let me think of a different word. Okay, so Santa, where it says discoveries on top, cancel that out and change
Exploration.
it. Change. Oh,
Exploration. No.
and change it to advances. That's good collocation. New advances in different branches. Okay. And then the result was the discovery of the human chimera. There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. So let me read this again. Many unexpected situations lead to new advances in different branches of science. The case when the DNA of a mother and her children didn't match enriched genetics, and its result was the discovery of the human chimera. Perfect. I really like it. It doesn't really explain chimera, but that's a mystery. So it's a summary. So that means people need to read about it and find out about it. So I like it. It's really good. Eva, I changed in the top science and discovery. I changed it to advances. Science and
Okay.
advances, those two words really go together. It's a good combination. Discovery also. But down below, discovery of the human chimera is very interesting. So that's why I changed the upper one to advances. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, yes.
Great. Can you read my version once, please?
Okay. Um, so, Santa, can you
Yeah, there's a
put it
little bit of a
out there?
delay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Many unexpected situations lead to new advances in different branches of science. The cases when the DNA of a mother and her children didn't match enriched genetics, and its result was the discovery of the human chimera.
That's really great. I really like it. This is difficult because there's lots of difficult vocabulary, but the subject is difficult, so that's okay. Usually, I told you guys, when you make a summary, imagine you're talking to a 7-year-old. However,
Oh,
7-year-olds are
this
not
is
going
not the
to
topic for
understand.
7-year-old.
Right, 7-year-olds are not going to understand DNA, so there's no way to make this easy. So what you did, Eva, is actually really great. Perfect job.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No, no, no.
Good. Anybody else have a question on this summary or anything?
No, I want to say wow for Eva.
It's a great
Great.
job, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, really. I like it.
You guys think about, we started doing summaries for this book a couple weeks ago. And remember, I was very critical of everybody's summary. Oh, it's too long. It's too complicated, blah, 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 blah. But last week, you guys did great. And today, once again, you're doing great. So it just takes practice, a rhythm. Once you get that rhythm, it's much easier. I'm very pleased. Everybody's doing really good. Now, we have Mahmoud has joined us. Hi, Mahmoud.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, very good. How are you doing today?
Hi, guys. I'm good.
Are you ready to tell us about Richard Parker?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good. Did you send your summary to Santa, Mahmoud?
Uh, okay.
Thank you. You can paste it in the chat room or you can email it. Chat room is perfect. Richard Parker. This is such a bizarre story, very crazy story. Weird.
Okay. Uh, Control C. Okay, I send it.
Oh, great, great. Santa, it's in the chat room there. Let Santa bring it over. Okay, good. That's pretty long, pretty long. Go for it, Mahmoud.
No, this only.
Okay,
Okay.
there. Okay, I got it. Okay, go ahead.
In history, Richard Parker is the name of someone in Edgar Allan Poe novel who would find himself with three fellow seamen on a ship wrecked without adequate food and becomes dinner for them. He also was he also was a 17-year-old cabin boy and on the yacht Magnet sank in real life, leaving him with three others in a lifeboat with a little food and water. Ultimately, the three killed and eat the cabin boy.
Oh, so terrible, so terrible. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Um, wasn't there another story too? Ah, yes, there was one
Uh,
more story too.
yes, but you told me you don't. This will be more.
No, I agree, I agree, I agree. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me go ahead and take Mahmoud's version and fix some sentences here. Um, so I'm going to get rid of in history. Santa, we're going to write this over. So it's going to be easier just to rewrite. Let me know when you're okay, good. Richard Parker is the name of a character.
Yes. Right.
We'll wait for Santa.
Yes.
Actually, Santa, I'll type it. I'm sorry. I'll type it as I think here. I'll type it out and copy and paste. Richard Parker is the name of a character in Edgar Allan Poe's only novel. Santa, I need to see that. Yeah. I need to see what you wrote. Thank you. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, Santa. I can copy it from the chat room, can't I? Sorry, Santa. Go ahead and do your thing. Okay. He ended up, he was, okay. I'm going to double check here. So I made it a little bit shorter, even shorter, and I took out once again words like the mignonette. I did take that out. Let me put it in the chat room so Santa can copy that. All right, Santa, I threw it there. I also got rid of the proper noun. You can add that later. Now, you gave us a lot of good detail. I do like detail, but in a summary, I don't need detail. So, for example, who finds himself with 3 fellow seamen on a shipwreck without adequate food and becomes dinner for them. Actually, Mahmoud, I like the sentence. It's actually kind of funny to become dinner for somebody. That's horrible, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. I changed that. He was also a 17-year-old. We have to say there was also a 17-year-old cabin boy on the yacht, which sank in real life, leaving him with 3 others with little food and water. Similar, ultimately, the 3 killed and ate the cabin boy. So terrible. So let's look at my version here, and I made it pretty simple if we compare. Richard Parker is the name of a character in Edgar Allan Poe's only novel. Now, in America, everybody knows Edgar Allan Poe. He's a very famous author, but people think Edgar Allan Poe wrote many, many, many books, but he didn't. He only wrote 1 book. So that's why I added only novel. That's very interesting story. That's very interesting information to Americans. They're very surprised about that. Oh, wow. So Richard Parker is the name of a character in Edgar Allan Poe's only novel. He was a shipwrecked sailor that ended up getting eaten by his fellow seamen. But in real life, there were other Richard Parkers that had, I have to change this. Santa, please get rid of similar fates, that had similar fates. One, now remember, I said there were other Richard Parkers, and then I said one. So one of those Richard Parkers, we can just make it really easy. One, a 17-year-old boy who died in the exact same way. Okay, does that sound okay?
Yeah, yes.
Great. Read my version one more time, please, Mahmoud.
Okay. Richard Parker is the name of the character in Edgar Allan Poe's only novel. He was a shipwrecked sailor that ended up getting eaten by his fellow seamen. But in real life, there were other Richard Parker that had similar fates. One, a 17-year-old boy who died in the exact same way.
Very good, very good. Now, everybody, Mahmoud is in my perf class, and last week's assignment was a dialogue. And Mahmoud, you did a really excellent job with the dialogue. Actually, I think it was your best recording. I didn't leave you any comments, but of course I listened to the recording, so I want to tell you, you did a really excellent job. And I'm curious, Mahmoud, uh, how many times did you practice before making the recording? How many days? How many times?
Um, 1 day, really, but about 3 hours.
Oh my goodness, once again, Mahmoud, 1 day is surprising for me, but 3 hours, I believe it, because you did a really excellent job. The first time you read something, it's not easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes, correct?
Yes, I memorized this conversation.
You're better than me.
But
Excellent job.
when you read it, you will lose some acting, some. But
Yes.
when I memorize this, I can act. I can be normal.
And that's exactly right. And Mahmoud, that's how it sounded. It really did sound like you were really having a conversation. You did great. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Questions from anybody about this story about Richard Parker?
He's famous in the world, not in America.
Do you know about him in Saudi Arabia?
Of course, any Arabic, he know who's uh, Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay, okay, great. That's okay. By the way, the pronunciation in America, we say Edgar, a hard G, Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
So he's famous in Saudi Arabia too.
Yes, and anyone read poems or stories or novels, he know who's this Arthur. Or,
Yeah, exactly. Yes. You know what? This is terrible, but Mahmoud, several months ago in Perth, we did Edgar Allan Poe's poem called The Raven. Do you know that poem?
no.
Oh, so I think what I need to do is because Mahmoud is a poet, I'm going to find that assignment and I'm going to send it to you just for free, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
think you might like it. It's a great, The Raven is a poem by Edgar Allan Poe, and I love it. It's one of my favorite poems. It's a little bit scary, but it's really great. Excellent, excellent. All righty. Aha. So Dimitri is here just trying to figure out how everything works. We're happy to have you, Dimitri. I muted your mic. Welcome to the family. I need to say hi to Matt and Alex also. They joined in. Hi, guys. Santa, I think the movie.
Hi, good Shane.
Hey, how you doing? Meet the Parents is a reference. Ah, that's right. Yeah, if you know the movie Meet the Parents, the father has written a poem about his late mother, uh, which is basically he just copied The Raven. I agree, Seth. It was very, very funny. Meet the Parents. What a stupid, excellent movie. Okay, okay. Now it's time to move on to Gulya. Gulya, stichting de enzame is what? Okay, Gulya, I can just hear your audio. I'm gonna mute Dimitri. Dimitri, do you know how to mute your microphone? Click on the green button, and it should change it to red. I'll give Dimitri a chance to do that. Yeah, he's still figuring it out. The first time is always confusing. I am going to mute Dimitri. All right, that's okay. Okay, Gulia, try talking in. Let me hear your audio level.
Coach, can you hear me?
Just barely. Okay, so it's everybody. I want everybody to do not turn your microphone on. I'm going to turn my speakers up. Gulia, go ahead. Say something again.
Can you hear me bad?
Yeah, I turned my audio up. I can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead. So you've got the summary for this strange story. What's it about?
Just a second. If you hear me bad, I can speak through Alex's phone.
Yeah, it's a bad connection. Why don't you go to Alex's phone and give it a try?
Okay, just a second. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine now.
Okay, right. So I just want to say that I didn't prepare the summary in written, so I need help of Santa or you.
Okay, so
Is it okay?
I'm ready here. So you got to speak slowly. Go ahead, Gulia.
Okay, it's not too long. It's just 2-3 sentences.
Great.
So this story is one of the stories of Robin Hood style stories.
Go ahead.
If you live in Amsterdam and you don't have relatives and friends,
Yep.
don't worry. When you died,
Okay.
there are at least 2 persons who would take care of your body,
Okay.
bring the flowers,
Yep.
and even tell the poems at your funeral.
Great. Is that
That's
it?
all.
Okay,
Yeah.
super. All right, let me fix this up here. This story is.
I think the grammar, yes, Kachin.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna give what you wrote though, and then I'll fix it. So Santa, I'm gonna paste that. Okay. And if I think I typed exactly what you wrote. I'm gonna fix some of the grammar here. You might recognize some problems too as you see it. But let's go here. This story one is.
Santa, could you fix there are at least 2 persons? It's 2 like number.
Yeah, that's my spelling mistake. Thank you. Okay, now I'm changed this and I added some difficult words. I think I want to do that. Actually, I'm going to take out the difficult words. Yeah. And I made it a little bit longer. And I think I'm ready to copy and paste. All right, Santa. Okay, there you go. That's my version. All right, and let me read it here to make sure everything's okay. This story is a Robin Hood-like story. Santa, can you bring it down so we can see Julia's and mine on the same page? Okay, great. Okay. This story is a Robin Hood-like story. If you live in Amsterdam, comma, no, but don't have any relatives or friends, don't worry, at least when you die. There are, I got at least again, there are, I don't like at least twice. Okay, get rid of there are at least two people who will be there for you. Just get rid of that sentence, please, Santa. Yep. While the government will take care of the burial, two local men will commemorate your life with flowers and a poem. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sometimes the shorter the better. And that other sentence that I deleted didn't mean anything. It was just a waste. And in a summary, you don't want waste. In a summary, you want to be efficient. No redundancy. In a summary, you want to be efficient. No redundancy. Thank you. So let me check it out again. This story is a Robin Hood-like story. If you live in Amsterdam but don't have any relatives or friends, don't worry, at least when you die. While the government will take care of the burial, two local men will commemorate your life with flowers and a poem. I like that. That's great. And that's exactly what you wrote. I just changed it around a little bit. Julia, do you agree with my version?
Yes, and the word commemorate, could you please explain? I feel the understanding, but the exact word.
So what I wanted to say was celebrate, and maybe celebrate would be better. It's the same idea, and celebrate is easier. So let's leave it as commemorate, but we could also say celebrate. Okay?
Okay.
So what's also interesting is many people, when they talk about die, burial, death, we like to say celebrate their death. No, we say celebrate their life. So that's kind of an important contrast. So I didn't use the word funeral. Instead, I said commemorate their life. Because what is a funeral? A funeral is a celebration of the person's life, actually. But, when we say funeral, it's very sad, very black, very dark.
Yes.
So that's why I changed it to a little bit more positive by saying commemorate life. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Yes, and it's like commemorate life. It has the feeling like to remember you when you were alive.
That's right. It's a happy thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you read my version, please?
Yes. The story is a Robin Hood-like story. If you live in Amsterdam but don't have any relatives or friends, don't worry, at least when you die. While the government will take care of the burial, two local men will commemorate your life with flowers and a poem.
Great job. Very good. So the word B-U-R-I-A-L, B-U-R-I-A-L, the pronunciation is burial. Burial.
Burial.
Good. And I'll
burial.
It's like burial. Santa, can you copy that in the chat?
Burial.
Yeah, burial. Now, some people do say burial, but don't. The simple pronunciation is burial, burial, and the intonation is on the first syllable.
Okay. Thank you. Mhm.
Excellent. Any questions on that story from anybody? You guys did very good. I'm very pleased. Now, Eva and Marwa and Gulia, they've had lots of practice making these summaries. And in the beginning, I killed them every week. No, no, too long, too much, too blah, 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 blah. But today, the three of you did a super job. I'm very pleased. It was very, very good. Mahmoud, this is only the second or third time he's done a summary, and it's not enough. It takes 5 or 6 times to do it. But Mahmoud, you did much better, much better. So no, I said Eva, Marwa, and Gulia. Mahmoud did terrible. No, I'm teasing, I'm teasing. But yes, great job. And once again, don't be shy. Don't be shy with your writing, with your summaries. The only way to improve is to make mistakes. Of course, you need somebody telling you that you made a mistake, but that's the only way to improve. You have to do that. So, in the future, we'll have another book like this. This is kind of an anecdotal book, very, very short stories, one-page stories. So maybe, I don't know, maybe in 6 months we'll try another book similar to this where, again, we can practice making summaries. It's just good practice, great English practice, and hopefully it's kind of fun. Our next book, yeah, let's talk about that right now because it's getting a little bit late for me, unfortunately. Our next book, Santa, can you scoot down here? We got a bunch of ideas. And my favorite was John Grisham's, what was it, The Client? Is that what it was? Anybody remember? Yes. Let's do that. Let's do that one because I do know the story. I read it a long time ago. The length is just right. 5 hours, 5 hours and 30 minutes. Who recommended that? Who recommended that book? Oh, yeah, great. So Marwa, you win this time. John Grisham, thank you. John Grisham, The Client. 6 hours. So basically what we want to do is 1 hour and 30 minutes a week. Okay? Now, we will not have a meeting until after I move. Yay! So I'm looking at probably February 11th. But it may be February 18th. Okay, just because of, I'm moving and getting set up. So most likely the 11th, possibly the 18th. Marwa was telling me that actually Fridays are better for her. So if that's the case with other people, yeah, maybe we can kind of fluctuate. 1 week of Thursday, 1 week of Friday. Mahmoud says, no, no. So we'll see. We'll see about that. But I do prefer Thursday. Why? Because I have many, many other hangouts on Fridays. So Friday, it's just a really tough day for me. So Mahmoud, to be honest, I'm on your side. So there you go. Mahmoud wins for days. Marwa wins for books. Thank you, Gulia. It doesn't matter for you guys. Good. Yeah, so for now, Santa, absolutely. We're sticking to Thursdays for now. Maybe in the future, who knows? But right now, we're sticking to Thursdays. The next book will be The Client by John Grisham. Now, be careful, everybody, when you go to Amazon or whatever it is, Audible, to get the audio books. Sometimes they have different versions of the book, so make sure you get the proper version. And this is The Client by John Grisham, narrated by Blair Brown. That's a woman's name. Could be a guy's name. I don't know. Could be a guy. Could be a woman. And it's 5 hours and 51 minutes. That's the book you want to get, not another narrator. And the book is very popular, so there may be different versions. The goal, what we will do, not the goal, what we will do is an hour and a half every week. So you can start now, finish the book, but what we would love for you to do is, for that first hour and a half, ask questions. Now you can ask questions about the general meaning, or you can ask discussion questions. Both are fine. Ask questions about the content, vocabulary. Ask questions for discussion. This is a novel, so I guess discussion questions might be more difficult, but they're definitely possible. When you listen to an audio book, a novel, trust me, you will not understand much at first. But as you keep listening, you'll start to catch the story. So I strongly recommend that you listen to an hour and a half on one day, and then listen to the same hour and a half again. It's going to be much easier to understand what's happening. If you want, you can get the book. However, I guarantee the book will be much longer and you will see so many new vocabulary words you'll go crazy. I don't want you guys to worry too much about vocabulary. This book is about a lawyer. So there are many words that lawyers use. And even me, as an American, I don't use those words. And when I hear them, I understand, but not really. But that's okay. What's more important is the story. And the story is really good. So I say this expression: don't worry about the trees, worry about the forest. I hope everybody understands that. I'll let Santa type that. Don't worry about the trees, worry about the forest. So don't worry about the individual words and expressions and sentences. Worry about the story. And it's much easier. The story really is not that bad, but you have to relax. You have to relax. Get the big picture. Thank you, Santa. So yeah, we have lots of time to, that's right, Gulia, the whole meaning. We have lots of time to prepare for the next story. I encourage you to start as soon as you can, and yeah, listen to it several times. Maybe, once again, if you have a version in your language, that's fine. If you have a PDF version or whatever, that's great. I don't mind that. But yeah, don't be scared of the vocabulary. The vocabulary is going to be tough. Don't worry about it. Just don't use a dictionary. Seriously, try not using a dictionary. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Thank you. Stop flipping through the dictionary. I love it. Any questions about anything? I hope I'm not. Now, also, everybody, one thing I really appreciate that Marwa does is she leaves little stories on our Google Plus community regarding our books. So please use Google Plus or Facebook to talk to each other. You can just tell each other, hey, I was listening to the book at around 20 minutes and I didn't understand what the lawyer said. Can you explain? And you guys can help each other that way, especially for the next couple of weeks. I'll be gone. So I want you guys to keep the momentum, keep practicing, and use Google Plus to practice and ask each other questions. And also it will encourage other people perhaps to join too. Cool? Thank you, Mahmoud. Thank you, Gulia.
Are you taking a nap?
What's that, Berta?
Are you taking a nap?
I'm getting no reaction. I was talking forever and didn't get any reaction.
Because
Okay.
we all are muted.
I know. Go ahead, Berta.
I hear you snoring.
I'm a good snorer.
Yeah.
Berta, did you see the movie, The Client?
No?
I think it was Tom Cruise, wasn't it? Does anybody
I
know?
don't know. You know, I'm not into movies for some
Oh,
reason.
Berta, you like handsome young men.
Is he handsome?
Tom Cruise, when he was young, he was very handsome.
Yeah. Okay. I'll find out.
No, it wasn't Tom Cruise. I don't know who it was.
Okay, Coach, can I have a question?
Absolutely.
Do we use handsome also for women?
You can. And I guess when we say handsome for a woman, um, it doesn't mean sexy, that's for sure. But it does mean charming, good looking, this type of idea. But yeah, you can. It's not common, but it is possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah? Thank you,
Thank you.
Santa. Oh, so this is another way, everybody, that you can cheat. You can watch the movie. Susan Sarandon, Tommy Lee Jones, and some kid. It looks like the AI kid. They all look very dark. Yeah.
So that's gonna be the next book.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. I hope that everybody enjoys it. All right. I appreciate everybody joining me today. Dimitri, I'm glad that you joined us for the first time. Dimitri, I know you're getting used to the buttons, but can you say something, Dimitri? I hear somebody typing. I hear Dimitri typing. Say something, Dimitri. Don't be shy. Say hi. I will be ready next time. Okay. Good. Dimitri, I want you to look, though. Santa, can you show a picture of the app on the screen again? And if you look at the app, there is a button that shows you your microphone. And if it's red, then there's no sound. And if you click on the red microphone, and it will change to green, and then your audio is on. So Dimitri, I don't know what you are seeing, but right now your microphone is on. And if you do see the app, I want you to click on the microphone and you'll be able to turn it off. But it takes time. The first time is always really confusing. But anyway, welcome to the book club. I hope that you enjoyed it.
Maybe his mic is okay because I heard him typing.
Yeah, I know, but it's also people sometimes in the first time they're here, they're very shy.
Yeah, like me.
Exactly. Yes, go ahead, Mahmoud. A question. Go ahead.
I don't understand what we should do for this book. Listen all book 5 hour or
So
what?
yes, so the entire book, what I like to do, Mahmoud, is I like to do one book for 1 month. So this book, the entire book is 5 hours and 51 minutes, basically 6 hours. So I want us to split it into 4 sections. So 1 month. So the first week, the first hour and a half. The second week,
Ah, okay,
like that. Okay?
okay. One hour and a half in 1 week. Okay,
Exactly. 1 hour and a half per week, each week. That's right.
oh, okay, okay. That's okay.
Very good. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I hope that you have a lovely couple of weeks. Wish me luck on my move. I hope there are no problems. Of course, there will be some problems, but I hope I can overcome them easily. And I will talk to you next time from Chicago. Yay!
Okay, we wish you happy moving,
Thank you so much, Ava. I'll miss you
coping
guys
with
too.
everything.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
um,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
bye bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
In February.
See you in February.